So somebody asked me the other day if I could talk them through the basics of Pilates, and there's quite a lot to talk through, but I thought what I'd do is I'll narrow it down to about 4 or 5 minutes worth, and I'll focus on 4 areas. So we're going to start with the breathing, okay? So it's really important we connect with our breathing, and it's really important in Pilates that we use our breath when we do the movements so that we can control each movement we do. So I want you to start with me, hand on a rib cage and hand on a tummy, all right? Relax your shoulders. You're going to take a lovely deep wide breath into both. And as you exhale, you're just going to relax. So you're starting to think about the placement of your rib cage. You're starting to think about the deeper core. Deep breath in again, just again. Really breathing into your tummy, into your ribs. Think about your lower back as well, taking some of the breath. So thinking about breathing into your lower back. And then what I want you to do on the next exhale is draw your belly button to your spine as the rib cage comes down. And do that again. So take a lovely deep breath in. I like to call these deep breaths in our 360 breaths. We're trying to breathe 360. And as you exhale, think about your core. Think about this big belt of muscle, this band of muscle, our powerhouse, our transverse abdominals. They're going to engage. They're going to draw that belly button back to the spine. Now, at the same time, next time you breathe in, again, release. At the same time, next time you exhale, I want you to try and draw up through your pelvic floor muscles. So they're your hammock muscles from the front and back, attached to your pubis at the front, tailbone at the back. And they're going to lift up, okay? They're going to try and draw up. And you can imagine this in any way you like. Imagine it at a fairground where you've got those grabbers that lift up. Imagine that it is a lift shaft and you're lifting up. Imagine you're trying to draw something up inside. Or imagine you're trying to draw your tailbone and your pubis together. So whatever your imaginary skills are, whichever connect with you the best, then that's what I want you to use. So you take a deep breath. And as you exhale, you're drawing your belly button and you're trying to lift up through the pelvic floor. So now we're bringing in pelvic floor and deeper core muscles. Do it again, a couple more times. And usually the more force you use on the out breath, the more you're actually going to activate this belt of muscle around the waist. So we've got the breathing. We've got the contraction. And in Pilates, what we tend to do is we tend to hold that navel to spine. We tend to try and think about the pelvic floor throughout the exercises that we do. So that way, you're then going to be breathing into your ribs, into a little bit more of a lateral breathing. Think of the rib cage like an accordion, and you're going to breathe in and out just gently through the ribs. But I don't encourage lateral breathing all the time. So when we are relaxed through the core, then I encourage that lovely deep 360 breath, because that's going to get your diaphragm involved. That's going to wake that diaphragm up. It's also going to relax the body. It's going to get into the parasympathetic system. And it's just going to start to release and relax any tension around your breathing accessory muscles. So around your shoulders, your mid-back, your rib cage, okay? So I always encourage the 360 breathing when you can. But then when we're doing our engaging core and our pelvic floor, and we're working through some exercises on the mat, then you want to slip into this lateral breathing here. And another thing I would say, so we've got the breathing, we've got the deeper core. Another thing I would say is alignment, really important. So just roll your shoulders for me. I've already gone way over my time, haven't I? I want to do this in 5 minutes, but don't worry, it doesn't matter. You'll get used to that with me. Relax your shoulders down. We're going to keep the shoulder blades in a nice placement. We're going to think about the rib cage just traveling down our torso so we're not flaring and popping. We're going to think about these two lovely neutral arches in our spine, one behind the neck, one behind the lower back. We don't want to flatten those out. We want to keep those arches. They're really good for shock absorption through the spine. That's why you're built like that. But what you want to think about is that you're not putting any extra pressure through that spine by tucking the chin forward. So let's just do a couple of chin tucks. So we're trying to get a nice alignment through the spine. We're trying to get some lovely neck alignment, loosen up and release tension from the back of the neck. And this knocks into the lower back. So again, just relaxing, making sure you're not allowing that head to come forward to pull on the neck and the lower back. Bring yourself into a lovely stacked spine, shoulders down, rib cage down. Think of your pelvic alignment. So if you are very hyperextended naturally, try and feel that neutral spine coming back into play. Try and release the pelvis. Think about the weight through both feet, under the ball of the big toe, ball of the little toe into the heel. And just keep those knees, those joints a little bit soft. You're not locking out. You're certainly not hyperextending the legs back. And you relax through. And that's where you want to try and maintain that lovely posture. So posture, alignment, centering, all key principles of Pilates. Breathing, you've got the stamina that you need for those muscles to work through the exercise. You've got the flow and the coordination of movements. They're all principles of Pilates. And what we want to do ultimately is we want to aim to use our core, strengthen our core, keep a lovely neutral alignment, and take pressure off those muscles when you're in good posture. So good posture shouldn't be a real effort. It should be something that you achieve over time if you've not got it already. And in Pilates, you will learn that posture alignment, and you'll start to feel that body balance and that centering a little bit more. So hopefully that helps. But they're just a few of the basics of Pilates before we get down onto the mat and do our mat work exercises. Thanks very much, guys. Take care.